it is important to me that I challenge myself in the videos that I make. And if I wanted to do clickbait videos, I very easily could do that. But instead, I like to make videos that I think will challenge all of us to some degree. As a very non-professional in every aspect of the concept, I think it's important for me to understand the psychological effects that happen to people. And I'm looking at this comment that I received on a video talking about trade school, and sure enough, the comments led to this from one of my subscribers here. Quote, "I do have a topic that I think might fit into this basic theme, the sexual abuse of children through adults that can result in homosexuality," end quote. So, man, that's a tough one. That's heavy, that's dark. No one wants to discuss it. But for me, I've always been aware that when you look at adults who abuse children, a lot of the time, the common backstory you see there is that they themselves were abused as children. And that is very troubling to think about, because think of what compassion you would have knowing that a child had been abused. How long does that compassion last though? As they get older, as they become 18, as they become an adult, and then because they were not able to process that, because how could they? They did not have the counseling and the professional help they needed to deal with what happened to them. They often end up abusing children themselves. That's not to say that that made them homosexual. They may not abuse the same sex. They may simply abuse a child as they were abused themselves. This is a very common theme. I don't think that this is something that this is a generalization that is unsafe to talk about. I think it's common knowledge that when you look at adults who have the capacity to abuse a child in that way, that ultimately they were abused themselves. It doesn't mean that they're homosexual. It means that ultimately they become broken and they break other children in the same way they were broken. Your comments belong right here.